Hey everybody, so I am going to be doing a BH Cosmetics brush review. Now I don't have quite all of them yet, but trust me, I'm going to have all of them soon, so I guess this will be like, I'm not going to title it part 1, but this is technically going to be my part 1 BH Cosmetics brush review. I had originally already did one, and I reviewed 2 of their brushes, but I'm just going to go ahead and review the rest of them that I have now. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first brush I want to briefly talk about is the stippling brushes. They call it on the website, they call it stippling brush. So I had already reviewed this before, and I had said that I wish that this brush head was a little wider, not as short, because since it's so densely packed, I feel like it would glide easier onto the skin if it had a wider brush head. Some people had commented saying if I had checked out their duo fiber stippling brush. Yes, I have, but I have like 5 duo fiber stippling brushes, so I don't need any more. They're all basically the same. I wanted something that was like this. It's like a flat top synthetic brush, so those really have nothing to do with this kind of brush. I want this exact same brush, just wider. So anyways. So yeah, I still really like this brush, and I still use it very often. My favorite use for this, however, has to be for blush, for cream blush. Sorry. I love using my Stila One Step. I use that, and I put it on the back of my hand, and then I just dab it like this, and then just put it on the apples of my cheeks. Really easy to use, really easy to blend. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. My next face brush is this angled blush brush, so you can see. Sorry, it's kind of dirty, I just used it, but I have to say I love this brush so much. Like, I can't even express to you how much I love this brush. It's so it's just amazing. Sorry, let me calm down a little bit. Okay, so the brush head is really soft, and it's not flimsy like a lot of angled blush brushes. They can be a little flimsy sometimes. This is actually pretty sturdy. It's like mediumly densely packed. It does have a little give, but it's just perfect. I love this brush. Like, I have another one, and this is from Sedona Lace, and this is just a little too flimsy for my taste. I mean, it's still a pretty decently good blush, but definitely not as great for contouring. But this brush is great for contouring because it's smaller, it has a really nice chiseled edge, and it's pretty dense. It's not as flimsy as this brush. So yeah, I really like this brush. Okay, so the next brush, this is their Smudge Brush. I think that's what they call it. They have a small smudge brush too. This is like the big one, and it's really big. When I first got this brush, I didn't realize how big the actual brush was going to be, but it actually wasn't a bad thing. I've been using it a lot, especially when I do like a smoky eye. It's really good for like putting colors into the crease, and you're kind of actually blending them out at the same time because it's so big and like densely packed. So I really like this for putting colors into the crease, and yeah, it's overall a really good brush. So yes for this brush. The next brush that I want to talk about is their flat eyeliner brush. It's this one right here. And I really like this brush as well. Honestly, I like all of their brushes, so I was just giving that as a thing for you to know. But yeah, this brush is really great. I haven't experimented this brush with gel eyeliner, although I really don't think that you should use these type of brushes for gel lining. I think it would be harder than like an angled eyeliner brush like this. But for placing eyeshadow as like a liner, for like putting like black eyeshadow along the upper lash line or the lower lash line, this brush is actually fabulous. It works really well. It's really densely packed, as you can see, and it's thick, but it's not like too thick. I don't know if I can show you that. Like, I don't think it would be thin enough for using as a gel liner. I think it might be too thick of a line for you. But for placing eyeshadow, this is fabulous, and I really love this brush. The next brush is just your average flat shader brush. Sorry, I just used all these brushes right now in this eyeshadow tutorial, which I will be posting. I'm not sure before or after, but I'll put a link for that. Anyway, so this is just your average flat shader brush. It's really soft, it's really dense, and it packs the color like you would want it to. It's really similar to my e.l.f. C brush. They look pretty similar, although the flat shader brush from BH Cosmetics is a little bit shorter, and the C brush from e.l.f. is a little bit higher, but it basically works exactly the same. And yeah, I really like this brush as well. Not that I don't unlike any of these brushes. Anyways, so the next brush is this like blending out brush. It's like, I think it's called like the crease blender or something like that, something to that effect. I will put a little pop-up as to what this is called, but yeah, this is actually meant to blend out your crease. I really wouldn't use this to pack on color to your lid. I think it would be a little bit too large for that, but you just use this for like blending out this area, and it does a really good job of blending out your crease, and it does its job. It's really soft, and I really recommend it. The next brush I've actually already reviewed, and it's just their their blending brush. This is just like the traditional blending brush, and also good for like blending out like your highlight. And yeah, this is actually another really good brush for using it in your under eye circles, like with concealer. This is a good brush for that too. So yeah, this is my first batch review. I guess it's actually my second one since I actually did one, but yeah. My last few cents I'm going to say about these brushes is that they're really good, really good. Like, I think they're comparable to other really expensive brushes like MAC, whatever, and they're cheap. Like, all of these brushes are under $10, all of them. So, I mean, you're really not losing out here. And the shipping's pretty cheap and affordable. Although the shipping does go up if you buy a palette. I think it's just because I have to use more packaging or it's more fragile. But the brush, when you just buy brushes or like lip pencils or anything like that, that's not like a palette, it's cheap. So yeah. As in regards to how they wash, I personally didn't get like a funky smell or anything. You might get, I don't know, sometimes brushes, sometimes they'll smell, sometimes they won't. But I didn't get any weird smells, and I got very minimal shedding. Very minimal. So yeah, these brushes are pretty durable, and they're soft, and they're cheap, and they're just amazing. That's why I have so many of them now, because I'm just going to continuing to keep buying more. There's this other brush I want to get, and it's like a contour brush. It's like a really small brush. You can get really well into the contour with that brush. I want that. They also have another brush that's like a highlighting brush, so you can highlight your highlight area. And what else do they have? They have a fan brush. I really want one of those. Who doesn't want a fan brush? And they also have, like a small blending, or small, one of these brushes. Want one of that. They also have really awesome lip liners. I have two of them right now in the shades Blossom, and where's the other one? The other one's hiding from me. Of course it would be. Oh, here it is. Earth. I mean, I can show you a swatch right now, although I want to do like a more in-depth review with more colors from them. But anyway, this is Earth and this is Blossom. So I really like these lip liners. They are really pigmented, and they're smooth. They're not like drying. I honestly like them more than like the one MAC lip pencil that I have in Subculture, because it's like creamier than the MAC. It's way less expensive, and it's more pigmented, at least more pigmented than this one. I guess they would Earth would kind of be a dupe for Subculture. They're kind of in the same shade range, although Subculture is a little lighter and far less pigmented. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please let me know in the comment section below any questions you have or any products that you're interested in. Maybe I'll buy them and review it for you. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and if you're interested again in seeing this eyeshadow look, which I use all of these eyeshadow brushes, then please click here. Bye!